So all my sports fans that are watching tonight, get real excited because I know you guys are going to love this guest. I'm a little bit starstruck myself. I'm so excited to get to talk to my guest. Now we are being joined tonight by some true football royalty. And I say this with a lot of excitement. This Alabama native has had a love for football for as long as he can remember. His lifetime love for the sport of football led him to a very long and successful career within the sport. Kerry was a star running back for the University of Alabama and named the SEC Freshman of the Year. Now, after a critical knee injury, he waged a courageous comeback that led him to not only play, but later coach for the NFL. And Kerry played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, and went on to coach for the New York Giants and the St. Louis Rams. Of the many lessons that he learned through a lifetime in this sport, it was those lessons in strength, perseverance, and courage that he would find himself calling upon in his daily life. Now, those qualities, paired with his incredible family and his faith, have helped him through some of the very worst of times. In 2015, Kerry was diagnosed with ALS. It was then that he found himself joining a new team, one none of us want to be a part of, but it is a family. He has now joined Team ALS. Now, here to share his story, his purpose, please welcome the incredibly inspiring NFL running back and author of Goode and Faithful Servant, Kerry Goode, and his beautiful wife, Tanja Goode.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sunflower family now. You're officially one of us. Whether you want to be or not, you are.
Well, we want to be.
Awesome. I love it. I like that excitement. Well, okay, Kerry, we're going to dive right in because you have had such an extremely impressive career. People got to hear me say even just some of your accolades. That's not even all of them. But so you've been so impressive. But of all the things you've accomplished in life, I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably one of your absolutely most prized accomplishments is the woman on the screen right next to you and the beautiful family that you guys have built together. So I want to know, I'm a sucker for love stories.
Yes, that
How
was
did you
probably
guys
the greatest.
meet?
Well, we met back in college, our freshman year. I was walking back to the dorm and she was on her way to class. And we got guys, and that's the rest of the story.
You saw her and that was it. You just knew that was the one.
There you go.
I love it. I thought there was some stalking that was happening with this, but maybe not. Uh-oh.
He was stalking me.
He was stalking me. He had a plan.
Oh, you know what, Kerry? I respect a man with a plan. I like it. You saw what you wanted, you went after it, and then as the years go on, somehow that story got spun to Tanja. You were the one stalking him.
Yeah.
We'll let him have it. We'll let him have it. But we know the truth. Us
Yes,
girls,
we do.
we know the truth.
He knows it too.
Whether he'll admit it or not. You know what? Good job, though, Kerry. Good job. You stalked a good one. And I'm glad that worked out. How long have you two been together?
We met actually in 1983. However, we did not get married until we just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary last month.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
Happy
you.
20th.
Thank
That
you.
is incredible. And clearly life has thrown you all kinds of curves that you weren't expecting. And to get through that with all this grace and positivity that I think I see in you already that's a pretty amazing feat. So congratulations on 20 years of amazingness, even more together, but 20 years of marriage. That's huge. Oh, people are chiming in to tell you hello. We love this. Hello to both of you.
Hello.
Aw. And this one, I absolutely agree with this. They're pointing out the fact that, Kerry, your face absolutely lights up when you talk about your beautiful wife. True. So true. Okay, so we have so many things to dive into, and I don't even know where to start. But let's go with some of the football backstories for all of those sports fans that are tuning in tonight to get to see you, Kerry. So you were a star running back. You helped lead your team back to a state championship. You were named Player of the Year, even favored to be in the running for a Heisman. So I mean, when I say football royalty, that is not an understatement. But you had this insanely impressive college football career, and then you hurt yourself. You blew out your knee. So, how in the world did you handle that setback and then sort of approach it to not let that get you down, but to get back out there and not only just you didn't just get back out there, get back to football. You made it to the NFL. You got drafted. You made it all the way there after this almost career-ending injury. How? How did you do this?
Well, I guess I would say just determination to be back on the field. During that time, the advancement in knee surgery wasn't as it is nowadays. Nowadays, you get an ACL and you're back on the field in 6 months. When I had my surgery, it took 8 weeks in the cast, and they had a whole year of rehab. So it took a little bit longer, and you just had to decide if that's what I wanted to do. Get back in the game and go as far as I can go with it. I always wanted to be the first guy to have a major knee injury and still play, return to the game as you once were. But I I, uh, I got back, but I didn't achieve the level that I once performed at. But it was good enough to make it to the NFL.
I love how casual you say about that. I didn't get back to that level, but it was good enough. I mean, it was great because so many boys around the world are dreaming of playing for the NFL, and you did it. So that was great. And to know that you did that coming off of an injury, you said it was such a back then the surgery wasn't the same. It was so much rougher on your body. It wasn't the advancements it was today. And despite all of that, all of those obstacles back then, you still made it through and you made it back to the field at that level. That is incredible. Absolutely. As I'm reading these things, I mean, I can't even imagine.
Well, I
Kudos.
think that having that knee injury set me up for what I'm dealing with now. Uh, I had to basically go through some of the same obstacles that I have to go through now with ALS, and I think that was a prelude to my mentality of fighting ALS.
I mean, you beat me to the punch. Yeah, I was going to ask you that, like some of those lessons, how they impacted you in this fight now. And you just kind of said it. I mean, are you using that same grit and determination and perseverance? I mean, are those the lessons that you're carrying with you from football, from your career to now fighting this brutal battle that you're in the middle of now?
Definitely, every day I get up and it's a new day. You can't worry about tomorrow or what happened yesterday. I get up every morning swinging as hard as I can. Excited about the day, and you just got to live one day at a time.
Well, I love that. We haven't even got to this part in the interview yet. And people have already, I think they're looking you up. They're getting excited. We've already got guests chiming in that they'll be ordering your book for inspiration. You guys are
And I
ahead of
see
us. I
that
love
roll
this.
tide.
Roll Tide, it's coming in. Everyone's loving you. Loving you. It's this Such a humble hero, full of strength and love. Absolutely. And you guys, we're only, 10 minutes in. Wait till you keep hearing more of their story. If you're already inspired, get ready to be blown away. Well, can you hit them with maybe one of your favorite memories or stories from your time in the NFL, either as a player or a coach, or both, if you want to throw that out there?
I was told that I was a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I had gone through so much just to get there, and to be told that you had made the team was one of my favorite stories. Now, there are some other that I can't share on your broadcast, but that was a lot of fun.
I like that. We'll let people's imagination wander there with some of those
Yeah.
crazy behind the scenes stories. Tanja, what was that like for you, though, to get to be by his side through all these things and then get to experience those moments? How proud are you?
Well, let me clarify a while. And when we were friends, but we were friends from afar. And we, of course, we had mutual friends and all of that during that time as well. So I knew what he was doing and when, where his career was going and all of that. But at the beginning of his NFL career, we were not together.
Okay.
But I was still proud of Kerry. I knew what he had gone through. I was there when he had his injury on his knee. So it was just a show of just pure grit, to get to that level and to still be playing on the NFL field. So, because I still watched, I still was a fan
Oh,
as well. So it was still knowing that my friend was out there, living, a dream that he's always wanted to accomplish.
and he did it. When he did it, when that would have knocked most people out of the running, I think. I think it would be real easy in those moments to give up on a dream after an injury like that. And like you said, Tanja, the grit, you weren't going to do it. And
Give
I have
up.
a feeling that,
We
yeah,
don't do that.
you weren't giving up. Mm-mm. No, we don't.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
You're the inspiration for that. Channel that inner Carrie. We don't give up. Well, and I have a feeling, Tanja, that's where those stalking rumors got started.
Yes, that's how it
That
happened.
you
That's exactly right. Now you know.
because you were still there
The
supporting. Now
truth
we know
has
the
been
real
revealed.
story. I was see in my mind, you guys have just been together forever. So I just assume that, yep, you guys were together for all the things. But I love that you were there supporting him along the way, no matter what. Even if you weren't together yet, you were still his friend that was cheering him on.
Right.
That's very, very beautiful. Well, so clearly I was going to ask you, are you really a football fan? But so that sort of answers my question, Tanja. You are. You are a true
Yes.
diehard football fan.
Oh yes. I played football when I was a little girl. I was playing with the boys. So I've always loved football. So yes, a true football playing fan. I think I'm more
Okay.
of a football fan than Carrie Franklin.
Oh,
She is. I'm not a fan of football. She is more so than I am.
okay, that's saying a lot. So who's your team, Tanja? Who is your diehard you're rooting for? Who's your team?
Only one.
Um, I don't think that's a question. My favorite of the favorites of the favorite
Yes.
Alabama Crimson Tide, Roll Tide.
Yes. I love it. I love Well, we've already got people that were chiming in, Roll Tide, so they must have known it too. I like this. I can't believe you're a bigger fan than Carrie, but kudos
I
to you,
am.
girl. And you couldn't have married into a better family then, because not only, I mean, you married into a family of football. Because Carrie,
Yes,
all your brothers, right? All of you played for Alabama. Is
That's
there four of
correct.
you? 4 or 5 of
There's,
you? Four.
there's five of us that played.
Woo! Roll Tide is in that
Yeah.
family. It's in the blood. Do your kids did they or do they want to go to Alabama? Are they football fans too?
Well, I've had two already. Three in Alabama. Uh, One is now a director of recruiting at Tennessee, and the other that went to Alabama is now just finished law school. Um, then I got another that did not attend Alabama, so therefore I have one left at home. Then she's a senior in high school, so we're hoping she
Oh,
heads that way as well.
okay. Oh, I guess you guys are real proud. That's some amazing kids. They're doing some pretty great things.
Yes, we're
Oh,
very proud of them.
I love this. Well, you have had, ironically, I mean, we are here talking about ALS, and most people have usually never heard of it, haven't had experience with it until unfortunately it's sort of thrust into their lives. That's the story we hear most of the time. Now, you actually had some experience with ALS before your diagnosis, before your journey with this battle. So, can you tell me a little bit about this whole experience?
Well, my teammate Kevin Turner, he's played at Alabama with me, and he also played with the Philadelphia Eagles and New England Patriots. He was diagnosed back in 2008,
I think it's
9 or something like that.
Ooh.
And of course, was lending, of course, trying to help him. Went through the ice, and the Turner Foundation that was raising money, trying to help with research and all of that. And so Tanja and I, we were a big part of trying to help Kevin with his foundation and support him through his battle with ALS. He has since passed away, but we're still in touch with the people in his foundation, and we work uh, together, still trying to help families along with our own foundation, families that are battling ALS and supporting the kids. It's, I never knew when we got into supporting Kevin that I was actually fighting for my own life.
I mean that alone, those last words, that's the thing that kind of hits me. And I hope that people watching this take that away that we never know. We never know what's going on. Here you are
Right?
stepping up to help a friend, and you had no idea that this was going to be the path you were going to be walking. I mean, I think just a year later, you were diagnosed yourself with ALS, and I think that has to be even more terrifying because you really know what this entails. You saw this firsthand,
Yeah,
and now you know you're about to walk into this.
yeah. I remember the day I called Kevin and told him I was diagnosed, and we shed a tear on the phone together, and he started helping me, telling me the things to look out for, and uh, explaining the whole journey to me. And without that support, I probably would have been a basket case with, without knowing actually physically knowing what it all entails.
Mhm. What about you, Tanja? I mean, this is life-shattering news. What was that initial diagnosis like for you, getting this news again, knowing what you've seen with his friend and being a part of his journey? You knew it was coming for you. What was that experience like for you when Kerry was diagnosed?
at first it was a feeling of numbness. When you first hear something like that, it was unbelievable
Yeah.
because, like Carrie had mentioned, we were well aware of what the disease was or is. And we had been through so many different doctors, so many diagnoses, trying to see what was wrong with him. And we knew something was wrong. We just didn't know what. And of course, we needed to find it out. So it was devastating, but it was the kind of conversations and belief that we must go on. We must find out what we need to do to live, to live.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We just took it day by day. And we know that both of us, we have strong faith, and that's the way we were raised. And so we had to really reach down and grab a lot of those things that we, know, but then we had to really know them and live by them and act on them. And so we just always have been two people that we don't live with the glass half full. We've always lived with the glass 90% full, always. And so that little 10% was there for a few, but it's just like, okay, we're done. Let's just get this 90% going and figure out day by day what we need to do so that we can live life. So, and here we are.
And it's beautiful, and you make it sound so easy, but I mean, I know that it's not. I know that that strength and courage behind the words you're saying, that does not come easy, and seriously, I cannot say it enough. It is such an inspiration to get to see anyone that is just life is hard anyway. But then
Right,
to have these kinds of obstacles thrown in your way and to still be able to sit here like this to talk about it, we can laugh about it, we can smile about it. I
right.
mean, I am so inspired by this attitude and this strength and courage and that faith because
Well,
it was tested.
I would I would tell you that you have two choices. You can die in misery, or you can live with joy. That's a decision you have to make. You can't wake up every day dreading the day, or not having any fun. You're still living. You're just living a little differently, but you're living. So you have to get up every day, meet meet the challenges that are thrown in front of you, and at the end of the day, smile and go to sleep.
Hmm.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm going to throw it to some of people watching are throwing up these comments. I love seeing you guys so active. Very humble, kind-hearted people. Utmost respect for you both. We've got those Alabama fans chiming in too. Alabama football is like second to none.
Right.
Oh, look at this. Our new favorite. Oh, where did that one go? Our Oh, it's because we have so many comments coming in, I can't keep up with them. Our new favorite couple, their smiles bring such joy, and people pointing out what a wonderful and supportive wife you have. I love this. And your strength, you guys, you guys are a hit tonight. Both of you are amazing. Your courage, strength, and love will stay with us forever. It is very, very true. So, Kerry, you were talking about those challenges, and you're right. We do have a choice, how we're going to approach it. Um, you have more challenges than most. ALS, for
Right.
those of you that don't know about it, you're getting firsthand experience on this show, what ALS actually means, what it does, what this journey looks like, and it is not easy. And you, Carrie, you were so healthy, you were so active. You were the guy that could, lift 400 pounds, that could squat 800 pounds. I mean, you were in the best shape of your life. And now, as you've noted before, you can't pick up a glass of water. You can't pick up a pencil. Your life has changed dramatically. So, what do you think of the many? I know the list is very long of challenges that come from ALS. What's one of the biggest challenges for you that's come from ALS?
Uh, for me, I'm a hugger, touchy, kind of feely guy, and not being able to give someone a hug or, just, you know, interact physically with someone. It's sort of depressing, but you get through it. You know, you just have to find other avenues to show how you love people and things like that. I just remember before I was diagnosed, I was a big tailgate guy, and I was given a tailgate barbecue at work one day, and I picked up this pan of chicken and fell on the ground. That's when I knew something deadly wrong because I don't disrupt or destroy my own tailgate parties. So that was a big. That's when I really knew. It's like, man, we have a problem. I don't I don't put food on the ground.
You don't waste that food. You don't waste chicken. Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Well, again, I can't say enough how impressed I am with just your energy and your vibe. So you've had all of these things thrown at you, but I've heard you say in interviews before, because maybe I was a little bit stalking you before you came on this show. I was watching a lot of your interviews and I heard you say, and it just stuck with me. It's contagious. I get why you're thinking your wife wanted to stalk you. I get it. You're very stalkable. But I heard you say, and it just really stuck with me, that you wake up so excited about every day. And I think that is so beautiful. So, what gets you excited to wake up and open your eyes in the morning?
I'm alive. I'm breathing. Uh, there was many that had ALS. Along here, where I live, every morning, memories that I'm here for others that haven't made it this far. I've been blessed. This is going on the 8th year that I've been done. My diagnosis, and I've had a lot of ALS family and friends that have had who buried their loved ones. So I don't take that lightly. I I know that any day could be me. So I enjoy every day that I'm given, and I always try to communicate that to other people, whether you have it or not. If you're just a person without ALS, I think, man, you should be really excited every morning you wake up. I was speaking to someone the other day. I told him I would give anything to get up and go to work every morning, and I would be excited about it because I know that alternative is to be in my position and not be able to go.
Mhm, mhm.
Again, I want to hug you. I want to jump through the screen and just give you the biggest hug because you're such a beautiful human. And this attitude, you are facing so much. And to still have this smile on your face and to have this joy for life is so beautiful to see. It really is. And we talked about sort of the biggest challenge, but and this goes for both of you because I want to hear what this means to both of you. You ALS takes so much. It takes so much from not only the one battling it, but the entire family. This is something that the entire family and all of your loved ones is going through with you. So ALS takes so many things. What has ALS given you, though? Because some really beautiful things can come out of this absolutely horrendous disease. What has ALS given you and your family?
I know that the first thing that ALS has given us is we have gotten to know some of the most incredible people in this circle of ALS people. This, I mean, I just would have never imagined that it doesn't matter the race, the color, the size, the shape, the political affiliation, or any of that. These are some of the nicest people, and you just would never know, especially when we have so many serious world issues going on. Everybody is such a tight knit people. I mean,
Mhm.
family. I mean, when they
Mhm.
say the ALS family, it really is an ALS family. And I just have never seen anything like that before. And we're very involved in their community. So that's one of the things as a whole. Now, of course, something like this disease, it does bring you closer together as a family. It took us to a new level. Karen and I, our marriage, it took us to a new level. Um, for instance, before ALS, and I'll let me explain the whole thing. Um, Before Kerry was diagnosed, and probably a year into the disease when he started losing the mobility, Kerry and I had never, ever had an argument. Never. Even when we separated in college. Um, However, we started arguing because our marriage was going in the direction of, the for better or for worse, or for in sickness and in health. We really got a chance to see that, and it was fun because the foundation was built between us already. And what was happening was the fact that I was at a point where I had to brush his teeth or wash his face and or put this on or do that.
More
And
than
I'm here
that.
to tell what you say. And let me tell you what
He
happens
said,
is
"Oh, more than that. More than that you had to do for him too."
I'm just, I had to do, get to the point of doing that, and I just tell you, and I had to like wash his left side. He wasn't used to that. He was used to washing his right side first. And yes, exactly. So you never know those little things
I
like
have
that.
a method.
You
His method, his method was not my method. I'm washing the left side first, and he wanted his right side. And do you know, after so long, he couldn't take it no more. And so it sparked an argument. And I couldn't understand why you want your left when and
Yeah.
then on top of that, I'm doing it. So let me do it the way that I want to do it. But these are the things that, you really digging into the fundamentals of your marriage, because it's like, okay, so who gonna give? What do we do? So you learn how to work around these things as well. So it took our marriage even to another level of learning to trust. He had to trust me differently, and I had to trust him differently as well. He knew that, of course, I'm going to get him clean or whatever. His breath is going to be smelling good, but in the way that he wanted it to be done. So the trust even went even deeper in that manner. So to me, that was a family oriented thing right there. And it bled over into the other to our other family members as well, because we had my daughter's was here as well. So it was something where we all had to learn to how to react, how to treat, how to care for him in a way that was satisfying and satisfactory to us and to him. But I'm here to tell you, sometimes it was just like, I don't understand why you want that left ear wiped first as opposed to that right ear. That just doesn't make sense to me. They
Are we
both get
still having right? They're both getting clean. What
yes,
does
they both get clean. So why we
you
sitting there arguing about that ear? It's still gonna get clean. But we argued over things like that.
Hey,
And
I'm a
we
top
may
down
laugh.
kind of guy.
not only top down though, you're a top down right to left.
You gotta go his method. So that was a whole level, no whole nother level that you had to learn about your spouse. And on top of that, I had to get in the groove to where it was also befitting to me and my time and how I do it and when I could do it and adjusting to the schedules. Eventually I had to stop work to take care of my husband. That's something that I was not used to. So it is a test as well. And so far we're passing the test.
You're
And
still
we
going
don't
strong.
really we don't really too much do the left side. Well, sometimes we do. May get the left side sometimes, and then sometimes I may be a little, you know, maybe a little bit on the edge because he put that stalking stuff out there again. So
But I don't say
Oh
anything.
no. I just ruined it for you, Kerry. I brought up the stalking thing, and now she is not going to start with the right side. She's
no,
going to
not
start with the left side just to make you mad.
I wouldn't do that.
But
Wink, wink,
I
wink.
keep my
Yeah,
mouth closed a lot more.
yeah, it
Well,
does.
how you well, how about for you, Carrie? I'm assuming you agree with all those things too, but yeah, what positive has ALS brought to your life?
Well, time, first of all, we have a lot of time together.
Oh,
For
When I
sure.
was working, I'm a type of go-getter guy. It's I hardly ever miss a day of work. So uh, when you're like that time at work was being taken away from my family. So I think I got time back. More, more to it. Then I left with, uh, as just said earlier, the ALS community are some wonderful people. I mean, I feel like some amazing pals out there that I probably would have never met. They're great. I mean, they're awesome people. If you ever meet an ALS family that's not, please let me know. Because I'd
Hmm.
like to give them a little bit of my joy because it's an unbelievable community.
I second that. I second, third, fourth, and fifth that because I have been around this community since 2009, and I'm with you, Carrie. I have never met. I've worked with a lot of charities. I've seen a lot of groups, and there is nothing like this ALS family. Tanja, you said it is a family. It is we always say it's a family you don't want to be a part of, and I hope nobody has to come into this family. But if you do,
If
they
you do.
embrace you. If you do, it is a family that is here for you forever. There is no expiration date on that. And just the people I've met through this, here, I challenge that. Anyone that's not incredible, I will send them your way because I know you'll share that joy with them because my goodness, it is some of the most incredible, inspiring people that just put life into perspective. And the fact that you can even sit here, and I hope that people at home, I hope this really hits you and you understand because ALS is a disease that gives you a time limit. There is no cure. It stamps you with an expiration date long before it's due. And for you to sit here and be able to say, and be able to have the wisdom to say, ALS gave me time is one of, I think, the most incredible things ever that you found a way to turn this, as I say, tragedy into triumph and find the silver lining in it and make your life so meaningful and so special.
Well,
In
I always say in any situation, good or bad, find the good and hang on to that because we're all going to leave here eventually with something or by some accident. So I would say find the good in your life and hang on. Put your hat on that. We're gonna have bad things that happen to us. Don't dwell on the bad. There's good in every situation.
and if anybody needs help finding it, you can reach out to Carrie and Tanja because they'll point you in the right direction. They'll show you how to find the good in those situations. I can't even believe how involved people are on the show tonight. These comments are great. They're stacking up. I want to throw some more of these up there because people are loving this. So Scott Marcel, you guys would actually love him so much. He's a part of our chapter. He is battling ALS himself, and he is another one of those warriors, just doing it with strength and courage like you. He's talking about ALS and says it tries to suck the life out of you. So keep up that fight. Great to hear your positive attitude about this. And he's chiming in too about how incredible this community is. That is so
Right?
amazing. We said with Scott, we're so happy that you're watching. Um, you both move me in such a beautiful way. It's been an honor to meet you both. My prayers go out to you. Thank you so much from Mazantes. See, they just
Well,
keep
thank
coming. I
you.
can't even keep up with this. I lost Sam. Sam's usually the one that monitors all this stuff. Oh, we got people chiming in about how fun those love arguments are. They are the best. That one will be going on. I love that. And we have someone chiming in. They're with you. They're team Kerry all the way. There is a method to that madness. And they respect you, knowing what side you want to be cleaned on first. Um, Scott, you're being so active tonight. We love it. It's also about we have limited control of our lives, and it's the one thing that we can still control. We absolutely agree. And the family, there's so many great words. There's so many amazing comments coming in about how inspiring you guys are, and I think this is so beautiful. Now, I want to jump in real quickly because you are so inspiring. But we talked about you have some amazing children. You have such beautiful kids that are out there about to change the world, doing some great things. What life lessons or sort of words to live by do you hope that your kids got from the two of you and will take on in their daily lives? That's a tough one. I threw a tough one at you.
Well, for
What
me,
are
I
you
would
thinking, Tom?
personally say I hope I've set an example of how to live, regardless of your circumstances. Hey, man, live it. Everybody has something in their life that they're not pleased with, but the world still keeps revolving. So it, most things either we can change it. If you can't, learn to live with it. And that's what I hope they would gain from my life.
Beautiful. How about you, Tanja?
I would, of course, agree with everything Carrie just said. I just think that we all should, they should, or our kids should take the fundamentals that we have learned, taught them,
Mhm.
uh, and expand on them, continue to live by them, and just live life the best that you can at all times. And, keeping your faith, keeping the faith in God, and have some fun no matter what life throws at you. This is kind of strange and crazy, but this is not the best situation to have ALS,
Yeah.
but we have had some fun. I'm serious. We have had some
I've
great,
been to Hawaii, Alaska.
yes,
Uh, we still travel all over the place.
yeah, we have. I mean, we've had some great family time together, and Carrie mentioned that it is given us time,
Yeah.
and it has. We have had a ball together. It is not, and don't get me wrong, we've had a lot of challenges, but we just keep going, keep living, and keep trying to help others to keep living as well,
Mhm.
whether you have ALS or not. So these are the things that we want our kids to hear, and not just hear, but also mainly see
Mhm.
us living as well.
Mhm.
Um, I tell Carrie sometimes, can we just not have ALS so I can just go back to work and get some rest? Because we're helping others, and just live life, live it to the best that you can and help others. And that's what we try to do.
Well,
Again,
we started our foundation while we were at the ALS clinic. We were sitting in the lobby waiting for to be seen, and we overheard a conversation with other patients about how early they had to get up and get to the clinic. So we decided we needed to do something to help them out. So we formed the foundation that helps pay hotel rooms, transportation costs, meals, just getting people to and from the clinic. So things like that. And then we thought about the things our own kids were going through. Because I was working in Tanja, I had to quit work. So it's like naturally finances started to be become a problem. So we looked at that side of things. We provide scholarships to the kids of ALS patients and pay bills. We try to fit in wherever we can. That's because we know what a family goes through with ALS, not just the person with ALS, it's the entire family. So
Mhm.
that's what we try to accomplish with our foundation. Just fill in the blank, and hopefully we're doing a better job. The pandemic kind of set us back for a minute, but we're back at it.
I think that's so beautiful that you, again, you were there, you found a need, and you found a way. Nothing was going to stop you. You found a way to make it happen and find solutions for those families. Because those are a lot of things I think if you don't have ALS, people don't think about. They don't give a second thought to. So
Right?
it's really beautiful the two of you said, hey, we have to do something here because these little things add up to a much bigger picture. And by alleviating those issues.
I know we're only 30 minutes away from the clinic, but it still
My
takes
internet
us
connection's going crazy.
two and
Hopefully
a
you can
half
still hear
hours
me.
to get there.
We've got some more these comments. I just can't keep up with you guys. If I'm not sharing your comments, I'm so sorry. It's just purely because I'm not able to keep up with them. But there's so many great things coming in, people loving the outlook that you have on everything. And they will always cherish you. The way you are fighting is so inspiring, and you're giving lifelong lessons and memories to your kids that will help them fight through life. I think that is really beautiful. Your hearts are so incredible, filled with love and compassion. You guys keep it up. Keep chiming in. Keep telling us your thoughts. And if anybody watching, if you guys have any questions for Carrie and Tanja, please
Well,
put them in the comment section.
I would always tell anybody, whether you have ALS or not, there's always someone watching and seeing how you handle life challenges. So you want to make sure you're on the right side because you're an example to someone. So make it a good one.
Beautiful. We need a whole book of all your inspiring quotes just from this episode. You are just hitting us with all kinds of inspirations. And I do want to know, this is probably going to be maybe a tough one, or maybe it isn't for you, but you you know what ALS brings. You know what's coming for you. You know that there is no cure, and you are so full of just love and faith and positivity. how? Because all the days can't be good. I know we have bad moments, but like you said, you choose joy. You're picking to find the good in all of this. And I am so inspired by that. My hat is off to you. How do you keep that faith? How, especially in those hard moments, how do you still dig down deep and find that love and positivity that you have radiating from you?
Well, I do my devotional every morning, and I find something in those that I share with other people. I have a lot of followers on Facebook, and then every morning I share what's going on in my life, um, good or bad. I don't hold anything back. I talk about it all
Yes, very.
from from, from the uh, excuse me a minute, from the intimacy to the butt watching, uh, you name it, because people need to know that life is real.
Mhm.
It's not a fantasy. Uh, Coming up on 8 years of diagnosis, we all know the day you're told you have 2 to 4 years. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, that's what you say. If death catches me, it'll catch me doing something I love or enjoy. I'm not going to sit around and wait on it. I'm going to enjoy what every day I have, and uh, you know, my daughter's prom is this Friday, and
Saturday.
I went Saturday, but I'd rather be in Louisville, Kentucky, watching Allen basketball tournament, but we'll stay home.
Aw, those are life memories. Leave it to the mama to know the real day, but those are life memories. You
Yeah,
can't miss.
No, we can't.
You can't miss it. You can't miss it. I just love your energy so much, and I just love you two as a couple. Tanja, you kind of mentioned earlier before that this was a big life change for you too, because you left your job, you quit, you became a full-time caretaker for Kerry, and that is not easy. And you gave us a little hint into that life, which people also, unless they've actually walked in your shoes, don't really know what that's like. You have to do everything 24/7. That changes your relationship on every level. So how is that experience, do you think, changed you as a person, as a woman, as a wife, as a mother? What has that done for you?
Um, I know that I'm more focused on tasks, all the tasks at hand. I'm more, excuse me, I guess more, and I've learned how to just get it done. Um, I have to be, like you said, the mother, the butt washer, to give the medicine. I have, my daughter
Yep.
gets sick. A son calls and he has issues. You
Mhm.
know, you have to be the end all to everybody. And it is a lot,
Mhm.
but
And you don't get a day off.
I don't.
It mm,
I think since Carrie has actually been diagnosed, I think we've been away from each other since day one, total of probably 5 days. And that was, that took
that was
some
a
plan.
disaster.
you can't leave, Tanja. You can't leave him.
Well, I had a Clorox wipe incident.
Oh no.
Tell it. You can tell them times.
Well, off the subject a little bit, I went to my goddaughter's graduation Carrie's best friend, who is the bestest of the world, Sam and Kerry. Sam also, Sam, Kerry, and all of us met as freshmen.
Mhm.
Aw.
In Tuscaloosa, excuse me, to together. So enough is three of them. So I was able to to my goddaughter's graduation, and they knew how to take care of him, suctioning and all everything else. And so Carrie had to have some biological needs taken care of. And instead of using a baby wipe, they used a Clorox wipe. Yeah. so,
Sounds completely logical.
so it was a wipe. Somebody didn't read, and they were in like the same kind of
Hey,
container. So he felt a warm sensation from what I was
well, that's
told.
like it was like the what that Alicia Keys song. This bud
This
is
girl
on
is on.
fire.
And so needless to say, Sam and Carrie's father was uh let's
Reprimanded,
they were what?
reprimanded.
Reprimanded. They
Yeah,
were
they were
fired. That was nice of
they
you. They
were
were fired.
reprimanded by yeah, well they were how to do it. They were reprimanded by Carrie's mother. She really got them. So that's a really interesting story. But so that was laughing joke right now. Oh man, she will. My mother, I thank God for my in-laws. She got them. Oh man, you ought to hear them. You ought to get her on here and let her tell you about this story. But anyway, it was so funny. But with that, the whole time, getting back to it, I had to learn how to take care of everybody. But one of the most important things that we always hear when you get on that airplane, they tell you to put that mask on you first, and then put on the sometimes, even if it means going upstairs, still on the way upstairs when everybody else is downstairs, getting a nap in or something like that. Something as
Mhm.
simple as that. I have a great support system with my from my sister on down to my besties, and I have several besties here living in the city and even away from the city. So, you know, that mental thing to me is most
Yeah.
important. So I had to learn how to balance taking
Mhm.
care of any and everybody else, their needs, their wants, their desires, as well as trying to take care of myself physically and mentally as well. And knowing that I have to take care of myself too
Mhm.
in order to be good for them. And because I've
Exactly.
always been a person that I had to get my 8 hours of sleep to be a good person. It's just me. My chemical makeup is like that. And if I don't, it may not be so good when I get up, but I'll adjust. But I did have to learn how to get maybe 6 hours of sleep and function properly. I may have to take a nap during the day, but it's just an adjustment.
Mhm.
And it's a sacrifice that is not an issue. You
Yeah.
just
My
learn how to do it.
my head goes off without you. These would be unbearable. I know what you have to deal with, and I am grateful for the care you give your ALS family. It's an awesome deal to have somebody there that you can depend on to do the things that you can no longer do. I am complete. blessed and blessed and thankful that I can still talk. That was one of my biggest fears, that I wouldn't be able to talk. And of course, we have the Dynamax and all that that can talk for you. But I wanted to do it for myself because I had been with Kevin, and I know, and I saw him get frustrated without being able to communicate. So uh, the caregiver, man, you all, and you may not get your roses, but I promise you, there's a blessing in store for
Aw. Well, I was going to ask you, Tanja, from firsthand experience because so many caregivers, and I love that you recognize that too, Kerry. They really struggle with those feelings of what you were saying. They have to take care of everything, and they struggle by putting themselves last and feeling selfish when they need to take care of themselves. But you said it perfectly. You have to, because you have to be at your best so
Mhm.
you can take care of Carrie and your family at the best. So for all of those people that are maybe in your shoes, that are in them now or are going to be walking in your shoes later in this same journey, if you had to write sort of a caregiver's guidebook, what is maybe the most or some of the most important pieces of advice that you would give to fellow caregivers?
Take care of yourself. Um, Listen to the person who you're caring for. I mean, not just listen, hear, talk, communicate with that person.
Mhm.
Be able to open up and, sometimes even if they're not able to talk verbally, you can communicate. That's why I said communicate and not talk. Um, Make sure you have your support system and get some rest. You've got to get some rest for yourself. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy, whether that is a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, pastor, or your girlfriends.
Mhm.
that's
Um,
a different kind of therapy.
So that's kind of therapy.
or retail therapy. But
Ooh.
make sure, there's, like I said, make sure you find what you need as well. There is not a selfish bone that should, or selfish conversation, selfish thought that come in your mind that you are being selfish, because you're not. You've got to take care of yourself as well. Talk to other caregivers, especially the ones that are in your shoes, the ones
Yeah,
in there right now, the ones that will walk that
especially if
walk.
you don't, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
If there's something you don't know and you don't have someone that's gone through it already, reach
Mhm.
out to them. They
That's
can be a big resource for you.
right. That is one of the things that I spent a lot of time doing, talking to caregivers and even other ALS patients,
Mhm.
just telling them things that I've learned. Now, I am a person, I will ask, I don't care who it is, I will ask questions. And I don't believe in it. If it is on my mind, I'm gonna ask that question. I don't care who it is, because I need to know. I was in a line at a junior Olympics trying to get some paraphernalia, and I was talking to a lady. Both of us were sitting up there waiting. And she told me that she was a nurse, retired, and she was there. We were just talking. And she was telling me then, I said, well, my husband and I, we're here with our daughter who was in the Junior Olympics running track because it was just track all day. Oh my God, it was a lot of track in Iowa. And she was saying, I said, my husband is paralyzed from ALS. And of course, she knew what it was. And she said, she was asking, well, how long he's had it. And I told her, and I said, well, we'll considering the trach, but we want to make sure. I said, because he's concerned about not being able to communicate. And it's from that, just that Junior Olympics in the line, trying to get some paraphernalia. She is the one who told me about a trach where the patients can talk. I went to our doctor here
Mhm.
and told him about that trach. And that's the trach my husband has right now.
That I can't be quiet. I can't be quiet with.
Ah, thank goodness. I'm glad. I'm
Yeah, I
glad
am
that she
too.
can still talk.
So that's what I'm saying. Talk to other caregivers. Our foundation's toll-free number comes to my cell phone. I talk more to caregivers than anything because I just tell them my experiences. What I don't know, I don't know. And it's not that much that I don't know because, like I said, I open my mouth, I talk, I do research, I get on the internet, I ask the doctors. I will send a message now that we have all these portals. What is this and what is that? I'll just ask the questions. Just be open. I've also just looked at other caregiver guys. I just read as well when I do have the time.
Mhm.
Do
And
you remember the name of the trach?
yeah, Karen, you're on top of it. Yeah, one of our Scott, an ALS patient, is asking, what is the name of that trach that you're talking about that you can still talk with?
I think it's called Burn Mirror. I believe that's the. I had it in my text. I mean, in my notes on my phone. It's.
Yeah,
I
we'll
know
look
it's.
it up.
It's something like BRYN dash M something. It's like that. It's been a while because Kerry has had his since 2018. So I
Okay.
can't remember the name, but it's Burn Muir, something like that.
Your rep, um,
And Scott,
your respiratory therapist, they should know that if they just research the different types of trachs out there, they'll find it.
Well,
it's
I really don't think our doctor knew about it. The um, what is his title? I can't. It escapes me. A moment. The actual one who put the actual trach in. I really don't think he had heard of it before. That's why I told
okay.
him.
Yeah,
So
you have to
and
be your
he
own
went,
advocate. You really do,
yeah,
especially in this
exactly,
life.
Now
exactly.
that is the biggest thing, to have someone advocating for you.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you'll get exactly what they give you. We always tell people, if you're going to be a caregiver, a wife or husband,
Mhm.
advocate for your patient,
That's right.
because you definitely need to do that.
It's so
That's
true.
right. I'm
And
trying to
Scott,
find it now.
oh, I
I
love
think
it.
I have it in my notes somewhere, but I'm gonna look for it.
Easy. If you
Could
have
I,
it, just send me a message. You have my
I
number
will.
now, and I will pass that on to you, Scott. We
let
will
me,
bring the name up in a future show. Um, Oh, that is, see, this is people just helping people. This is why this show gets me so excited because not only are we spreading incredible messages and stories, but we're helping people because Scott is having that major concern for a trach. And so he doesn't want to lose his ability to communicate either. So this was actually super helpful. And you were able to give him some more information that can help him in his future with his ALS journey.
Yes, there it is. And he has it, and boy, he talks. He
now
hasn't
you will
stopped
have
talking.
to,
Not
Thank
at all.
goodness.
now what,
Thank
Yeah, I know.
goodness.
I am grateful. I am grateful, but I'm
And I
now
just,
definitely.
what you will have to do, you will have to deflate That's right. Be able to talk, but when you go to sleep at night, we have to inflate the choice to sleep.
Okay.
Books.
Good tip. Good
Uh,
tip.
that is the thing about it is because most tricks you can't talk with them. Because my mom had one and she couldn't even talk with hers. So I'm going to find it. I have it in my notes. I do know. I'm going to look for it. And like I said, I'll send it to you, Susan.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll pass it along. We're all about helping each other here, helping everybody. Scott's chiming in again because we have a lot more to say after diagnosis. You do. I love that. I love that everybody is so vocal. And I just have to say, on a complete side note, Kerry, you have the most beautiful smile. So I'm so glad you can still talk and you can still smile because I
Oh,
love
and thank you.
seeing you smile through the show, especially when Tanja says something funny and she gets you chuckling. You just have the most beautiful smile. But I got just a couple more
That's
questions I
how I
want to throw
got
at you
her.
before. I don't want to take your whole night. Can I? And Carrie, you've been such a trooper sticking with us this long. But real quick, I want to know, how did you find your way to the ALS Association? And sort of what has that support system also meant to you? Either of you.
You guys
How'd you find your way to us?
couldn't find the workers at the
Right.
clinic.
At the clinic, I'm not sure if most cities, if y'all have a clinic there too, but we have a ALS clinic here, and that was one of my questions. Where do I go? What I do? What I said? It was one of those questions on one of those first visits, and
Yes.
um, got here, ALS of Georgia, and we of course
Mhm.
ALS of Alabama as well, and just got to call them up, start talking to them. What what are you about? And so that's
Mhm.
also helped us formed our foundation because we wanted to see where and fill in some of the gaps
Mhm.
where ALS Association may be a little bit more earmarked for certain
Mhm.
things with certain
Mhm.
funding. We could be a little bit more um, direct our
Mhm.
monies towards things that they weren't able to do. And for instance, we were talking about the kids a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
The ALS associations, um, they don't have too much for the kids because that's one of the things that I wanted to know as well. What can I do
Mhm.
for my child? What can I do for my kids? Other than send them to a psychiatrist after they find out that their father has this
Yeah.
devastating disease. What do I do? And there was not really a good answer. So I was like, okay, we need to find an answer for that.
Mhm.
So, however, on the flip side of it, the wonderful programs that they had, the grants, the different things, then of course the people that were there, the supportive services, the support groups, um, anything that you can possibly want, and they were directing you to.
Mhm.
We actually work very, very closely with them, especially,
Mhm.
other than the walk, we try to do other things with the ones here in Georgia and in Alabama as well. Matter of fact, did just a huge one back in Alabama towards the Iron Bowl, um,
Mhm.
and so it was very big.
Okay.
So long stories, you can look on our website for that, but it was very good, very successful. But the LS Society was a lifesaver actually, um, and the LS Clinic too, because they actually it's a lot of information given to you at one time.
Yeah.
However, we were able to dissect. When I had questions, I always got my answers and had better understanding of that answer to that question after I asked the question. So the services that were there, the services that are there. As a matter of fact, we are right now working with the LS of Georgia right now because we started down this road ourselves a while ago, and the road was trying to automate the house through Alexa and
Mm,
all of that so that Kerry can
okay.
be able to do some of the things that he need to do, change the channels and
I
all of
can
that.
do everything for myself.
Yes.
And you
And
know
so,
what, Tanja? I got to get you some information on this and connect you because I do know one of my good friends. I met them through the show. I fell in love with them. Her husband passed of ALS, and they had a system for that. And it was some type of really cool camera that she could also be away from the house. And she said they were very cheap. You could buy them at Walmart even, but it
uh-huh.
had voice, and she could leave, go get her nails done, but always be watching. And it connected to one of his devices, so he
Uh-huh.
could change the channel and he could make
Right.
those adjustments in his wheelchair. And so there were some really cool things with that. I'll have to pass along to you also because I don't
And I
know the names.
appreciate
Oh
that. And
yeah,
like
there I can turn on the light, lock the door, answer the phone, change the
So cool.
TV, you name it. If it has a Bluetooth
Yeah.
capability, I can operate it. God,
So cool.
I would tell all my pals out there, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary the day after Valentine's Day, and I planned and I planned everything from the hotel
yeah,
to
you
the
did.
cards, hostesses, the dinner, you name it, the concert. I did it all. So
Oh,
you're not limited
okay.
in the things you can do. It's just whatever you feel like doing. That's way
Oh
to get
yes.
done.
He's still Mr. Romantic, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
he did all of it, and I had no idea what was going on. Don't forget the gift too.
So special.
Yeah, he did it all, and so they're actually the Georgia LS right now. I mean, we right in the middle of getting that system. They're gonna order, and it's all free. They're sending it here, and then they're going to have the Geek Squad from Best Buy come in and install it for them. Because I'm trying to tell you, we were trying to do it ourselves,
Okay.
but timing is not
We
the issue for
had
me. I'm not a tech savvy person. Period.
Mm-mm.
I just like to get it done, and I'll use it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not the one to install it. And Kerry was the one that was
I
installing it, not me.
I set it all up when I was diagnosed, and we had to make some changes. And they're not tech savvy, so I have to get somebody else to come in and redo it for me. But it's great for pals to have. It gives them a little more freedom and not to
Hmm.
have to depend on people
Yeah.
to change the TV for them, turn the lights on, lock the door, uh,
So
open the blind. I mean, you can do it all.
Yeah.
that's so great. And that gives you that independence that
Right.
ALS really steals from you. It gives you a little piece of that
Right.
back.
Right. Agreed.
Which is really really cool. And I love, as you said, I mean, reach out to these organizations because this is free. This is
Right.
free of I mean, they're giving you these resources for free. This is why we are here. This is
Right.
why the show is so important because every cent, there is no donation too small, and every single penny that is donated to any ALS association's chapter, this is what it's going to. It's helping
That's
families, it's helping, people like the Goode family. It's giving them the ability to focus on other things.
that's right.
I And this is someone else brought up the book again when I love this. And I do want to ask you real quick about this because Kerry, we have to talk about, you are so inspiring. You put some of this inspiration down on paper. You can add author to your list of accomplishments among all the many things that you are very, very good at. So you wrote a book called The Goode and Faithful Servant, the Kerry Goode story. So tell me quickly about this. We already have people that has been watching tonight. They've already ordered the book. They cannot wait to get to read it because you are so special and blessed, and you've touched so many people. Big hugs and love to you both. So tell us about this book.
Well, it all started with me sharing my journey on Facebook with my Facebook family. And for a couple of years, people were asking me, would you please put this in the book form? And I'm like, man, I'm not going to write a book. And they just kept hounding me about it. And finally, I just took all of the things I've written about along this journey and I put it in the book form. And it's about the challenges of ALS and some of my life, but mainly this first book is about dealing with the challenges of ALS and the, you know, from a positive point of view. But I still touch on everything. I don't leave anything out. Uh, you name it, I'm open to talking about it because if you don't know, how can you get any better at it? So
Mhm.
the book is basically things I've learned through years of playing sports and the ups and downs, the challenges that I face now. It just covers all of my ALS life and some of my football life.
So cool. And I don't have my trusty Sam behind the scenes to put up all these links when I need her most. So if you just Google, if you search Kerry Goode, if you search the name of the book, The Goode and Faithful Servant, the Kerry Goode story, search that. It will give you the links to Amazon. You can buy the book on Amazon. You can buy the book directly through your foundation, I believe, too.
Yes.
They
Right?
go to the Good Foundation. You can find the book there. Make sure you get your copy. I'm gonna do it. I know that we've already someone else just ordered your book. This is great. You're
Mm.
everybody buy the book that
All
you're watching this before the
I
yeah.
well, I don't take a dime of the proceeds. It all goes to the foundation
Found
because when I was trying to decide if I was going to write a book, I prayed over it and I asked God, if you want me to write a book, you'll provide everything that I need to write a book. A couple months later, I had a publisher call out of the blue. I did not know him. He said, I will publish a book for you for free. And then I had the graphic artist call 2 weeks later
Mhm.
and tell me he would do the, the front and back covers for free. So I just, after that, I decided, listen, everybody's
yep.
giving something. I'm giving the book to everybody else. So that's why and how the book came about.
Wow. That is one of those miracle to life stories. Everything was just falling into place. That was
Right.
the path you were supposed to be on, and God put all those little, pebbles in the middle,
Oh,
leading you straight to where you were supposed to.
it definitely came together without me having to do anything.
Wow. I love it. Well, I will definitely be getting my copy, and I want a signed copy because I think that is an option. I want to get I want to get a book signed by you, Kerry, to keep
If you
as a
go to
keepsake.
the foundation website to get an autographed copy.
If you go ahead and buy the book directly through the foundation, you can get a signed copy from Kerry himself. Kerry said every cent that that book makes, every proceed from that book goes straight to the foundation, straight to their Goode Foundation, which is helping individuals with ALS. You can help be a part of that journey for them. You can get that copy of the book through the goodefoundation.org. You can get your signed copy, and again, all the proceeds go to their foundation to help them help those that are battling ALS. You guys are so incredible. Before you take off, I took so much more of your time. I'm so sorry, but it's just so much fun chatting with the two of you. You just have such a beautiful relationship. I want to get you, we're going to have to get you out here so you can meet the Chicago ALS family, because I can promise you, you will fall in love with them. They are such a cool group, and we just need to have you to Chicago to hang anyway, because that would be so fun. And we'd love to have you back on a show and just keep talking, because I have a feeling we could talk forever. But I want to let you get back to your night. But before you leave, everybody, I really, really want to know, you have, obviously this is something very personal to you, but you have decided to step up and be such a vocal ALS advocate. You have this, Kerry, you've had this beautiful spotlight shine on you through all of your amazing accomplishments in sport through your life. You have chosen to use that to advocate for ALS and to spread awareness and to continue this fight. Why is it so important to raise awareness and raise funds for ALS?
Well, I was blessed and a career that draws people to me. So I decided there is was a reason that I had all the great things that happened to me, and I think that ALS was the reason for my success in the sports world, coaching and playing. So I decided that you can reach a lot more people than the average person. And with my right hand girl over there, we decided to go for it. And we've had so much fun doing this. It's been incredible, the reception that we've gotten from just helping other people. We both love what we're doing. We look forward to just helping people, and it makes our day go well, and it actually gives us a purpose together.
I love it. Anything you want to say, Tanja? Anything you want to say before we leave everybody for the night?
I just think that we were set up by our higher power, Um, I had to take care of my mother, my grandmother, as caregivers, and here I am taking care of my husband. And Kerry just explained how his football clear career has, and his brothers and all that has put him in the position to be who he is. And I think both of our lives just came together because this is where we're supposed to be. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And it is an understatement to say that we love what we're doing. That is really an understatement because I just get, we're human and sometimes I get a little down, get too involved in the daily task, get tired and stuff as well. But it just gives me so much joy just to help other people, even if it's just a conversation and sharing the knowledge, sharing the resources, sharing anything that I could possibly give, anything that we can possibly give. to help somebody.
Yeah.
So here we are, living out our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Here
I
you
add
are.
one thing for the
Yeah.
caregivers, to all the caregivers out there? Don't use Clorox wipes.
You know what? That is the lesson of the day. We're going to go ahead and say the lesson of the day. Check the bottle on those wipes, everyone, before you start. I will say that Alicia Keys song now will never be the same for me. I will always be thinking in my head, this bum is on fire.
Mhm.
uh, don't
Oh,
don't wipe the
goodness.
tush with some Clorox bleaches. Straight out of Carrie's mouth. Lesson of the day. Oh, you two are the absolute best. We have to have you back sometime if I haven't scared you off after this one long episode. We have to have you come back because I have a feeling there are so many more funny stories. And I think we need to have a little couples game challenge going on because you two are just a
Let's
fantastic
do it.
couple. Let's do it. Don't you worry, Carrie. I will be back to annoy you very, very soon. You have picked up a second stalker.
Not a problem.
I love it. Well, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for sticking with us so long. I am going to talk to you guys again very, very soon. I love both
Okay.
of you. And thank you guys for truly, I
Thanks for
mean this from
having
the
us.
bottom of my heart.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
everything you are doing for ALS awareness, for continuing to spread so much light and positivity, inspire everyone around you. You guys are fabulous. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Thank you.
guys again very, very, very soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Okay. I hope that you two that all of you watching fell in love with them as much as I did. They are such an incredible power couple, and what they are doing in the world of ALS is so amazing, and we are so grateful to them. We're happy to have them in the family. Guys, all of the links that you need are up in the comment section. If you want to check out their foundation, if you want to get the book and be even more inspired by Kerry's story, all of that info is up along with all of the information for the walks coming up. And don't forget, it is still Match Madness. So until March 31st, any dollar that you donate is going to be matched up to $50,000. Help us hit that goal of reaching $100,000 to help those individuals fighting this battle like Kerry himself. You can make that possible with your donation. All of that information's up in the comment section. I will see you guys for the next live show. And as always, have a beautiful evening, a beautiful day whenever you are watching this. And until next time, everyone, be bright and shine your light. I'll see you all very, very soon.